What's up guys, welcome back to another video. We're here at Strictly Sail. We're gonna walk around with Tyler. He's gonna show us the little key features of each model they sell here.
106 and the 120, just a basic entry-level paddle kayak, great starter kayaks, and then kind of progressing up their lineup, you get into the PDL models. You got their Sportsman 106 and 120 PDL. Prop driven, the cycling motion, unlike the Hobies that are like a back and forth. There's like a little clamp right here, it pulls out, drop this front, holds that in.
Instant reverse. No strings needed.
It's a straight cycling motion from your seat. And on all the old towns, since the drives are fixed, the seat's actually adjustable. So the seat moves forward on the boat. You've got your rudder in the back and your steering's on the left side right here.
So you can pretty much steer this thing from the seat. As you can see up there, he's turning the handle back and forth. On the right, that was the deployment system. Let's see what else I got. So this is what I originally showed up here for. So what's this guy all about?
The Autopilot 136 has the Minn Kota mounted on the front. Drop this down from your seat. You got the control around your neck. You've got full spot lock capability.
On the footrest themselves, you can actually push back and forth, and that rudder in the back, just like the other one was deployed out, you can steer this one, but there's no knob. You can do it all by your feet.
Batteries underneath the seat.
What is this?
Haul axis to get in there. Everything's pre-run electric, so that just plugs right into there. At the top also has a plug going into the boat.
This thing is rigged. So there's a little taste of all the Sportsman, and that's what I came in here for, but the Hobie series, we'll start with the basics.
The Hobie's intro pedal kayak is the Passport 10.5. Hobie's all about their Mirage drive. So just a straight pedaling back and forth motion with your feet. Goes perpendicular to the boat. The fins flex and change pitch with each stride. So it's actually pushing the water. And they're real efficient. Just nice little leisure motion. You're going about 3-4 miles an hour. The seats are all fixed. The drive's actually adjustable. So these little push buttons right here on the top.
So you can change what number you're on.
Yep. Yeah, so a smaller number, bring them closer to you. Yeah, the kick-up feature on the new drives. If you're coming along and hit something, they'll pop right up. As soon as you start pedaling again, they'll fly back down. One pedal forward, one back actually brings the fins up against the hull, so you can either beach it or run over stuff without issue.
Whenever I'm fishing at the river, I'm always in the waders fishing from the bank. This kayak is gonna help me get into shallow spots by just kicking those guys up, or if I miss it, kicking them back and saving me some money. How are the seats on it?
And the Passport pretty basic, but still really comfortable, so you're in a fixed position. It's just locked in with the little safety on the back right there. The seat itself just rests on the boat on a couple of pads, and then the backrest is held up by just the straps right here onto the side. The next model up from the Passport is the Compass.
The Compass?
More tracks, the rudder system's a little bit different. The seat's also a little bit more adjustable. A little bit higher position right there. You can drop this down to get a little bit lower. Same breathable material. Your rudder runs from right here. You've got a up board. So the seat, you got a higher position. You can drop this down a little bit lower.
What's the storage compartment all about?
All axis, and then make a little bin that drops in there too. Cassette plug too, if you're just gonna paddle the boat. That just prevents excess splash up in the well.
Or me dropping things down in there.
So the Compass is actually the first boat Hobie's lineup past the Passport series that has the reverse feature on it. If you pull these two little cords toward you, actually flips the fins around 180 degrees. That same motion just pushes the water backwards the other direction. And when you're in the reverse, the kick-up feature will still work on the drive.
The moment of truth, the Outback. This is what I'm going with. I'll let him talk about it.
Yeah, so the next step up past the Compass there is the Outback. And it's actually your boat here, so we're gonna go over it. Outback, it's a much bigger version of the Compass. Got a lot more fishing features on it. Like the drive we just saw in the Compass, same one with the reverse, except now have the turbo fins. So they're about 1.5 inches bigger, a lot more power with them.
So as he was saying, the turbo fins have a little more length on them. You're gonna get more power out of it, a little more speed as well. Both have the kick-up feature. You know I'm gonna break some stuff while I'm on the water. This comes in handy, but we're not gonna try to use this feature too many times.
So the seat on the Outback locks on a little differently than some of the other ones. There's a track underneath there in this bar. The seat just sits on top. You push down and back a little bit as you rotate forward. So you hear a clicking sound, kind of just pull up on it to make sure you're good to go. And then on the back side of it, you've got a little safety locked out on that way you can't lose the seat. You've also got the lumbar support dial. You pull that out, that takes all the tension off the backrest of the seat. Push that in, and then clockwise dials that backrest down.
On the bottom, were those legs?
Yeah, so if you were to take that off and go up on the beach, you can actually extend these legs out. Each corner's got one, and then you can use it as like a little chair. This bar right here, it's how you raise this forward. Pull that out and you pull up or push down to adjust the height on it. And then if you pull what's called the kickstand right here, that flips these little back feet behind the chair out with a spring and pull, and then that's your high position now. You sit up about 6-8 inches from the deck. This is the H bar, and then they've actually added like your standard T-track on the outside here inside the rail. So you can mount Hobie's H-rail accessories that clamp onto that, or put just like a Kayak attack or any standard T-tracks up inside that.
Little pockets everywhere.
Pockets there, and then you've also got these little guys on the side. If you have tackle bends or something sticking in there, you can bring these up over your gear, bungee that down.
Oh, look, got more bungees. So, like pliers?
Pair of
Scissors?
pliers, storage right between your legs there. An emergency bottle opener.
Emergency bottle opener.
Give you a couple of decals for the front. There's your camo foot pads. I swapped my Pro Angler tackle bins out. So on the PAs, they come with just the tackle bins right there, but everyone switches to this bucket, seems like.
Fits in perfect. Bucket is deep, guys. Here's my hand compared to it. Foot pads feel good.
Presses some sound too. Storage up in the front and make a bin that drops in there. It's like the PA hatch. It conforms to the front. The cassette plug. On the Outback, they include assist loading device. It kind of pops on like that. So if you're going to car top it, you can bring the boat next to the back of the car, clear the bow up on top so it's sitting about 45 degrees. And then that keeps the boat up off the ground and keeps it from sliding back.
One huge thing for me, pre-rigged for a power pole. So you have one on each side, maybe a push pole on one, paddle on the other. How many rod holders we got? 1, 2?
2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Looks like we got 2 cup holders. Drain your liquids out, any condensation or water that comes over the top.
And also to note, the Outback and the Pro Angler is the only boats that have the dual steering. That out, rudder drops down off the back of your ambi steering. Next model up are the Pro Anglers.
Quality's about to get good.
The next size up in Hobie's lineup are the Pro Angler. The Pro Angler 12 and the Pro Angler 14. Same boat, just bigger. Front size on the storage hatch is much bigger on the PA 14 versus the 12.
That's massive, dude. That is massive.
Small bathtub.
You could wash a toddler in this thing.
12's a pretty big hatch too,
Yeah,
relatively speaking for a kayak. Pro Angler 12 and 14 180 series with the same drive as the Outback, the turbo fin 180 kickup. Drops down and locks, and then on the PAs you've got the horizontal rod storage. Lay your rods down there.
Oh wow.
And then those are actually,
How nice
those are
is
the tubes
that?
there.
This thing literally comes with freaking rod storage.
The 14's got 3 on each side, total 6, and then the 12's got 4, 2 on each side. 2 tackle bins starting out, and then you can replace it for that same bin that's in your Outback.
As you open the door, these tackle boxes actually start to shift up.
Pro Angler seats, a little bit different than the rest. It's almost like a chair.
This thing's
widest
stout.
and most comfortable. You've got the armrest that acts as the adjustments on it. One way will pull up the base of the seat and turns real easy. The other way, if you just try to rotate, you got to push forward and then rotate with a little bit of weight on it.
Yeah.
And that'll drop that down. Same deal for the backrest. You want to bring that back. Wow. Bring it toward you. Got the same lumbar support dial as the Outback. You've also got a high and low position, so you can drop that down, lower this base down flat to the boat too. So if you have to lower your center of gravity for some bigger waves. And the PA is real stable. I've only had a few times where I've had to really lower my center of gravity.
You stand up well on all these models?
Yeah, I stand up a lot. I have a PA 14 personally and a Compass. Compass is nice for just trips where I'm not taking a lot of stuff out with me. Pro Angler is nice when I need to bring a lot of stuff.
What is this?
So those are actually your paddle holders. Yeah, so these just pop right in.
Just lock it in.
More hall access than anything, so if you're running power or electric.
You can access any point in here.
This is Hobie's new one, the Lynx. But the board style makes you go really fast. Because you're having a extra boat dragging underwater. It goes wide and stable
It's just so flat.
and very light.
How heavy is it?
50 pounds.
50?
Yep. Similar seat as the Passport series. Yeah. And then what's really neat on this boat is the rudder system they changed up. So the rudder on the back here, the way you actually raise that up and down is this line. Pull straight up and then down. Same motion.
This one is also power pole ready.
Yeah, so you mount your power pole mount right there, and then this is just a little cover plate, and then your rudder steering comes up here. Nice and simple. And then you can actually detach this and throw it on to the other side of the seat. You've only got one steering, but you can move it to whatever side that
That's
you're going to be
perfect.
dominant
I like the pad too.
Yep, that looks really good. It also helps suppress any sound. So if you
Yeah.
drop weight on there, it helps suppress
absorbs
it versus being on the plastic where it's a little bit louder.
What are these different holes for?
They're going to have the H-rail section just like the Pro Anglers, where they have that rail going across the side, and you can actually then mount more accessories off of it. So those are just your standard T-track mounting plates. Yeah, full store, full of everything. Got a lot of Yak Attack parts, tons of Hobie walls, life jackets, and everything.
So we got a heavy duty cart for Hobie.
Yeah, it's going to pop up from the bottom. When it's up to the holes, you can do that. That keeps them from falling out of the boat. When you're not using them, store them upside down. All the brands we carry, Hobie and Old Town are main ones, but we've also got Feel Free, Three Waters, which is a sub-company of Feel Free, and New Canoe.
I love the colors.
Yeah, Feel Free makes a bunch of different, really vibrant colors. Main line for Feel Free is the Moke and Lure series. The version of Three Waters line of that's the Big Fish series.
So they have pedal drives on these guys too?
Yeah, so Feel Free makes their own pedal drives as well. It's similar to the Old Town for prop style, just a cycling motion. So they're good entry pedal kayaks. I think Old Town Sports 106 is still pretty hard to beat for a high quality pedal drive. Angler 120 PD and also the Feel Free pedal options are also pretty good.
Look at this seat over here. Is this the lure?
Yep, so that's the lure. That's what they call the gravity seat on there. It sits up really high, almost as high as the Pro Angler. You can also adjust this down.
So something I just found out is Strictly Sail is actually family owned and operated, which is pretty sweet. 10766 Kenwood Road, Cincinnati, Ohio. If you're in the area, stop in and I guarantee you won't regret it.